Hi everyone, I'm Professor Niv-Solomon. I'm going to be guiding you and facilitating your learning process in this Poll 349 Comparative Human Rights. In this short clip right now, I'm just going to walk you through some important items and parts of the class and make sure that we hit some of the highlights of the syllabus. So let's go. When you log into our class on Blackboard, which I hope all of you are going to be doing very soon in the next day or two, you are going to be taken to this first opening screen. This is where you can find the announcements. Everything I post will be here. Some of those items will go away after a week or so. Some of them will stay there. But if you need any information that was there before, is not here now, just let me know, just ask, I can always repost those. When you log in to work in Blackboard, I suggest that you do so on a computer, a desktop or a laptop, rather than on your phone. Some features are different, some features don't look the same. You may or may not be able to find all the information if you're using a mobile device. Everything that you see here on the purple side, on the purple menu, is important. All of those tabs have a meaning. All of those tabs will be useful. So what I suggest is that when you come in, just start to click around. Like I said, we're starting with the announcement. If we go down the line, you can find my contact information, how and when to find me. The best way to reach me is by email. I will hold virtual office hours on Tuesdays from 11 to 12 in the morning, and on Wednesdays from 9 to 10 again in the morning. However, if anybody wants to schedule a meeting at a different day, at a different time, evening time, afternoons, any other time that fits your schedule best, just shoot me an email and we'll make an appointment. This class is taught fully asynchronous. That means that as of now, we don't have any real-time meetings that are scheduled. Everything, all the materials, all the discussions, all the tasks, everything that you have to do is accessible for you on your own flexible time. In about a week or two, I'll send out a poll and see if there is an interest of you, the students, in me scheduling some real-time optional sessions. But for now, what you need to know is that there is no place and time for this class. It's always open for you, and I would try to be as available as possible for you. Next is the syllabus tab. And the syllabus you would see in two ways. There is a visual syllabus, but this is just, as it says here, those are just the syllabus highlights. A little information about the class, what is expected, what readings you have to get, and then how you're going to be graded. However, in all of those different places where you see a visual presentation, there is a file attached, and in the case of the syllabus, you are required to click on it and download the full syllabus that provide you much more detailed information about what we're going to learn, what we're going to cover, the text and the other readings that you have to get, the structure of the class, the grading plan for this class, what is required of you, and then finally the schedule. The schedule is broken in two ways, into 4 modules, which are general areas of what we are going to cover, and then by week, what you need to read, what you need to review, and what is your to-do list for the coming week. I also want to call your attention that this schedule is going to be changing in terms that some material, and especially recorded stuff like mini lectures and my general feedback on discussion boards, is going to change and be added. So if you logged into the week 2 right now, I suggest that you log into it again in about a week or so to make sure that you get the most updated version of the material that is available for you. If you go back here for the text, what you are required to get, okay, I'll go down to the next tab here that says book, right? So that's the book that you need to get. Human Rights, a very short introduction. It's a small, literally small and relatively short book that will provide us a lot of the basic information that we need. And then on top of that, I also require you to get 4 different case studies. There is information here of where and how to order those. And on top of all that, like I said, in the weekly plan, there will be additional readings, mini lectures, sometimes films, clips, podcasts, things for you to review and take in as part of the process of this class. There is a tab here that says schedule, where it's the same schedule that is on the syllabus, but in one place where it's easily accessible, and I will update it if and as things will change. It is also downloadable over here, and then you can print it and post it somewhere that is easily visible for you. In terms of communication, I will be posting announcements that are sent to you as emails as well. And if you're not using your CSI email, or if you haven't updated or forwarded emails to an address that you're actually using, please make sure that you update me just by sending me an email and saying, I would prefer that you use this email rather than the CSI email, because you will get a lot of information from me, and I want to make sure you're not missing anything. So mostly you will get weekly or twice a week reminders from me with information, what is due, what are we doing this week, etc. If you are asking me any questions, if you're writing me emails, I'm holding myself to a 24-hour response loop. If you haven't heard from me within 24 hours, then please try to reach me again. In terms of grading and feedback on your work, I will I'm holding myself to a loop of about 5 to 7 days on that one, on grading. And lastly, you will see me active on the discussion forums. After the introductions, I'm not answering each and every message or each and every post or each and every thread, but you will see me there active all the time. Let me skip the double entry journal for a second and go down to learning modules, readings, and content. This is where the meat of the class is. That tab, once you click in, it's broken into modules, module 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then once you click on the module, it will take you into week 1, week 2. You have this table of content on the side here, week 1, week 2, week 3. So in each module, each module is divided inside into the weeks. So when you come in, you click on module 1, and then For example, in week 1, you can see that there is a TED Talk for you to watch, and there are discussion forums for you to participate in. In week 2, it tells you to read chapter 1, and then there is a double entry journal, and so on and so forth. If you click on the TED Talk or whatever other reading piece there is here, it will take you to that location. The learning modules are opening gradually. So right now you only have access to module 1, but as we get closer to module 3, usually before module 1 would end, I will open up module 2, and those of you who feel that they're already caught up can start working ahead of time. I recommend that you try and keep up with everything. Don't wait for due dates for the last minute. It could get overwhelming at times. So the best thing is to try and be ahead of the curve rather than go down to the due date itself. But of course, again, that's your own choice. The discussion board. The discussion board is broken into different forums, and in those forums you can start a thread, or you can reply and comment on other students' threads that already started it. What you have open right now, the first one is your self-introductions. This is a mandatory discussion forum, and it is graded, and you need to complete work here by September 3. So by September 3, by next Thursday, I would like all of you to have introduced yourself already. There are clear prompts for what am I looking for from you on each and every of those on each of those forums. And then, as it says here, on our first academic content-based forum, which is number 2, it gives you the information about what is required of you when posting on the discussion boards. Within 10 days within the window of 10 days for each discussion forum, you need to post at least twice, once more towards the beginning, once more towards the end. Of course, you can add more comments and input as you see fit. Your first graded mandatory content-based forum is due by September 7. A post is either your own original reaction to the prompt, or a comment or an interaction with another student or myself within that discussion. You can, when I say you need to post twice, it can be one original post, one comment. It can be 2 comments. It can be 2 original posts. Again, I leave those for you to decide exactly how you want to divide them. Discussion forums are open at about every 10 days, so you need to keep up with those. The double entry journal, this is a 300 level class, and the double entry journal is our kind of bread and butter of the writing component for this class. A double entry journal asks you to read the assigned readings, choose a quote or 1 or 2 quotes that you like or that raise some questions for you, and then in no less than 250 words react to it, reflect on it. I am not asking you to summarize it, just to interact with the material. All the informations, the details, the explanations can be found on the syllabus, and also when you enter journal number 1, the instructions are going to be here, right here. Okay. The difference between the discussions and the journal are that the discussions is our collaborative effort as a class in understanding and digesting the material, whereas the journal is more personal. It is students and myself, of course, can see and comment, but this is more you reading and reflecting on the material, what you liked, what you didn't like, what raised questions, what made you think, what links you made between the different articles, and so on and so forth. The first one of these is due on September 9, and I will post early next week, so around September 1st, I will post another video that will have a bit more information and examples on how to write the double entry journal. The country report is your project for the class, or one of the projects for this class. And what I ask you here to do, since this is a comparative class, is to pick a country, pick a topic that's relevant and related to human rights, and write a country report. Again, there is information here in the visual. There's all the information and structure here on the PDF file. And one thing that you should remember is that this assignment can, if you like, be completed in pairs. You can do it individually, or you can do it in pairs. And then on by week 5, so sometime by the beginning of October, I will ask you to make a decision and let me know what country and what topic you chose. The last items in terms of things for you to complete would be a final reflective paper, and more information about that I'll give you towards the end of this semester. So you are graded on being active in the class, logging in at least once every 5 calendar days. You are graded on the discussion forums, on your double entry journal, the country report, and the final reflection paper. On the discussion forums, let me just call your attention to 2 non-mandatory, non-graded, optional forums that are already open for you. The first one is me asking for your expectations. What are your expectations for me? I spent the last 10-15 minutes to explain what my expectations are from you, but I would like to hear what you want, or what do you expect from me in terms of teaching style, in terms of responsiveness, in terms of what is it that you want to get out of this class. And so I would really appreciate if you can, within the next week or so, log in and tell me in a sentence or two what would make this class great for you. And then there is the questions and answer forum, which will stay open throughout the semester. Here you're welcome to ask any questions that are due with procedures, with due dates, with the syllabus, with assignments, or if there's some item that you really don't understand, you can raise it here. I may decide to answer here or follow up otherwise. A couple more things before I end this clip. The first is that in the learning modules, in the actual, like I said, like the heavy meat of this class, I will post some mini lectures. Those mini lectures, usually about 10, I guess 5 to 15 minutes, more or less, going to focus on specific concepts or items. They are not replacing you reading and thinking about the material. They are supplemental for the readings. They're not instead of the readings. So just wanted to clear that. I will also post some slideshows, and again, those slideshows are not instead of the readings. They could just help you organize the material as you go along and read. And then finally, I'll go back to my contact information. I would really like for you to stay active and engaged, and let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything I can do or change to make the learning experience better for you. And so ask questions, contact me by email, stop by during office hours, or call me. You have a phone number that you can access me if you need as well. Make sure that I address all of your concerns at any time throughout the semester. And so I just wish all of us a wonderful semester that hopefully will be interesting, engaging, and I'll see you later on online.